Oh, yeah. Coffee tastes funny. Hello. Why is she so loud? Hello, Mike. Nah. Hi, guys. It's been a while since I was talking about AB, and that didn't turn out too well. The dream is not too far away. I remember a couple years ago, I went to the bank, like actually inside the bank, and I was talking to this banker, and he was asking me what I was going to school for. And I was like, oh, for photography. And he was like, oh, photography? And he was like, oh, I used to be a photographer. And then I was like, then why are you? And then he just started going through all the ups and downs that he had in his career, and the pay wasn't good enough, or it was too much of a hustle, or whatever. And not to judge him, because I know there's often times that I'm just like, bruh, fam. But there's something that happens when you realize that the dream isn't too far away. Something that kind of clicks and like, well, maybe I can do this. And I can go into representation into that field and all stuff like that, but that's a subject for another time. When you're able to see and peer into the dream and see that it is obtainable. Those who don't know that I have a job. And at my job, there was this world famous photographer that was there. And like I saw the photographer, I was like, man, that's crazy. It's always interesting to see the people that I see at work. Just like people that are well known in the world, and just to see that there's no special aura around them, there's no glow, there's no, oh my, you know what I'm saying? They're just a normal human being that put in a lot of hard work. To be able to see these dreams and kind of peer into it and see what they're working with and how they're operating a little bit, and that kind of encourages me to like, yo, I can actually do this. You know what I mean? I was listening to the How Married Are You podcast with Belief and his wife Yvette. If you haven't listened to it, check it out, because it kind of took away some of the romanticized things I had about marriage, about having kids and things of that sort, and it kind of made it real. And it's kind of like, it's a lot of hard work. But so for a dream from anywhere from a family to a career, it takes work, it takes effort, it just doesn't come overnight. It just doesn't come with little to no effort. But anyways, he said some things in the podcast that really inspired me, even though it was on a different subject, but the words still applied. I think I'll put it right here, or right here, or right here, or somewhere. So as important as it is for us to be inspired, it's more important for us to be an inspiration to someone else. So for us to not only run our race or run for our dreams to satisfy ourselves or try to satisfy ourselves, or to, you know what I mean, for us to somewhat feel fulfilled or somewhat feel happy in what we're doing, how much more important would it be for us to achieve our goal, not just simply for ourselves, but to show someone else behind us, someone else that is older than us, someone else that is looking at us and trying to figure out life. Wow, man, I was going somewhere with that one. But for someone else to look at us and say, hey, maybe I can do it too, to be that representation for them, because our inspiration may not look like us. Our inspiration may not, you know what I'm saying? But for us to be that example for someone else to keep running, for us to be the example for someone else to keep striving, trying to achieve their goal. You know what I mean? You know? But I gotta go, because people hunting me down for some edits, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like this. Like, you grew up in a neighborhood that, you know, maybe have had a lot of issues and problems. You know what I'm saying? So the representation you see is very few and far between. Like, what you hope for, your goals, are few and far between. Like me, right? I lived in, like, you know, Section 8 housing, apartments. There was one mother and father who lived together in like probably in like out of like 5 buildings. That mother and father was Sydney's parents. You know what I mean? And so they were broke, beyond broke. You know what I mean? So this was the only idea I had saw, like, okay, that is possible. You know what I mean? Like, close to me. And then I saw another one, but it was few and far between. The regular day to day was like mom living in this place or nothing. You know what I'm saying? or grandma living with a bunch of people. It wasn't a different. It was different, and so for me, I feel like once I started to see it celebrated, it was like, see, y'all lied to me. I knew it was real. It was like hearing a fairy tale or seeing hearing about Martin and Coretta, you know what I'm saying? Or seeing definitely bad example, but Bill and Claire Huxtable, you know what I mean? Or like Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv. Like, you see these images and you're like, where is my freaking Aunt Viv? Like, where is my Claire Huxtable? Like, where is she at now? I need to know that this exists out here for real. And when you see it lived out so much on social, you celebrate it.
Yeah.
So the hashtag is like, thank you. Like, thank you for like not being scared to love like for showing me that I'm out here. You know what I'm saying?